Hello everyone, we're going to do a tier list. You already all know what this is, so let's just get right into it. Starting with Boyd. The thing with Boyd is I like his videos and it's also high production value. He's also clear. But for whatever reason, when he's casting games solo, like on a stream, I've just never been less interested in what he has to say. So based on that, I'm kind of thinking, where should I put him? The the thing is, when he's playing normally, it's fine, right? He's just like making comments about the game, or even when he's just observing, it's fine. But when he's like actually casting games, like I want to just close the stream. It's just, I don't know. Maybe that's a me thing. When he's casting tournaments, it's fine. When especially when there's like a co-caster, but just solo, I mean, I'm just not feeling it. However, again, pretty high production value, pretty good equipment, overall decent gameplay. I would say probably an A. Uh, some pet peeves, like he keeps saying retreat back instead of just retreat. Like I don't think you can retreat forward. So there are things where, especially someone who is as ultra autistic as I am, right? Like I'm listening to his stream and then I just keep hearing like retreat back and like all these other things. And for me, it's gonna be an A, I think. This guy, FB, Fitzbro, I think, is gonna go in the campaign and low-rated trash tier because I mean, I don't watch this content, right? Like this is just trash content. I got nothing personally. Can't actually be personal because for it to be personal, like I need to know the person, and I don't know the person because I don't watch this trash. Not again, not singling out him, just all these type of players who are like 1200, 1300, 1400, 1500. Like it's just trash content, right? It's just not for like kind of the niche of the AoM community that we are already all in. Dot Clan, Deities of Death. Um, Honestly, it's not bad, but it's not particularly good either. So, for example, if we use Boyd as a reference, it's definitely worse than Boyd, so it should be behind Boyd. But I don't know if it should be an A tier. They have like some build orders there, which are all right. I know Charles. You write it as Chaos, but it's actually pronounced Charles. I've learned from him personally, so please all call him Charles. He uploads like some things. It's not interesting to me, but it's not horrible either. They have some interesting shorts sometimes, which is kind of fun to watch just as like, brain rot content. For now, I'm going to have it in A. Again, I'm doing this video raw, no editing, no nothing, no script. So I may change like people around later. For now, I'll put it in A. Uh, let's keep this one for last. We have we have Chemo. Very zoomed in. Music is fine. I like his music choice, like kind of the old school gangster stuff. Like it's great, but sometimes also a bit distracting. I don't think he has a YouTube, so that's kind of docking a point as well. Doesn't talk on stream. I do kind of like it when people kind of talk and like comment on the game. Um, It is also fairly high level content if you don't count like his build orders, because those are like the build orders go into DM tier, right? It's just not like, but just the general defensive play, like pretty much after Archaic is really good, right? So the thing is, I think the content is worse in general, according to like what you would normally rate it on compared to Dot Clan. But Dot Clan is pretty much all low rated, and Chemo is high rated and much more skilled. So it's like you have two different things, and it's like, how do you rate it? For now, I will, again, I think I'll put it in. This is really hard actually. I'll put it in B for now. We will revisit it later. Next, we have Quoth. Again, no mic, no talking, kind of takes away from it. Don't think he has a YouTube channel. Gameplay is really good though. I would say probably better than Chemo. And he also doesn't have music that distracts, so actually Quoth should be above Chemo. Um, and probably above Clan actually, even though Clan has like a YouTube. But Clan does have a stream, but it's not really active. Yeah, I think this is maybe better. So Quoth and A, Magic. Um, when I'm watching a Magic YouTube video, it's like I'm watching Good Morning America, which I don't like. So he cannot be S tier. It's too PG-13 for me. I need like a little bit of like a personality flair, which I'm just not getting with Magic. It's just too Good Morning America for me. It's the content is pretty good though. Editing used to be fine, lately has been shit. So that has to probably be Dr. Point as well. I think it has to be above Kvot though, because I mean he has a YouTube channel, for example, and it's a pretty decent YouTube channel as well. Um, Streaming, I mean, about the same. Uh, yeah, I think this is fine for now. Moose goes into here, exact same reasons as Fitzbro, no further comments. Nakamura goes into the into the DM tier. Nora. So I think this is the first S. Um, the only negative thing I can think of is that whenever I watch Nora, if my girlfriend is there, she will comment about the soundboard. Like, listen, man, listen one time for once, man. Loki, yeah, I mean, you all know the soundboards, right? And it really annoys my girlfriend, so I have to turn the stream down a little bit. So she's laughing as I say this. She's upstairs. So that does dock a point. I don't think it's enough to go out of S. Um, but very funny, very funny, fun to listen to. Uh, Pretty good everything. Again, patch rundowns is like no editing there, so it's kind of trash. But realistically, if I look at the placement of the other people, I do think Nora is better. Slight point is he's like one of the more skilled players, but he's not really in that upper echelon of like, you know, Rappel, Magic, Fourth, etc. So that is a thing, but again, I don't think, yeah, I think it has to be S tier. Let's actually leave leave this one too for later. You know it's gonna be spicy when that happens. We have soup. Um, Maybe S as well, or top of A. So soup, always very nice stream, pretty good production value. Maybe on par with Boyd actually, the production value. Boyd and soup are both bald. Actually, I don't know how that relates. I don't know how that relates. It's just something I thought of in the moment. I mean, it's not untrue, so. Um, I don't know, because Soup is very PG-13, but he is like stealth toxic, right? So if the opponent like flames him for like the strategy he uses, he will audibly say on stream something like, "Oh yeah, that is quite strong," and then in chat he will type something like, "Sorry about that" or whatever. You know, it's like the most insane, good-mannered person. But then if you go to like his stream and you go to like any single moment in time where he is talking, he will be complaining about, I'm not necessarily complaining, but he will be like making balanced statements. So other streamers, when they're playing, they will be like, oh, maybe he's gathering gold here. Oh, I wonder if he has a second town center. But with Soup, it's always just like, wow, Loki Hersir are really strong. Cairo Ballista great against Norse, you know, and it doesn't have to be a whine. It can also be like a reinforcing statement. Like, I think yesterday I saw him play some Kronos against Norse, and he was making a lot of Cairo, and just every other sentence is like, "Oh, Cairo Ballista is so strong." Oh, this is and it's funny because I think the day before, when I briefly tuned into his stream, I was just seeing what's going on. He was talking about like how no, it was someone else's stream, and I saw Soup like typing in chat that like Chinese shouldn't get a good archer because they have like the gay halberdier. So that was interesting. I do think gay halberdiers are a little bit too strong. I think the gay halberdier could use a nerve for that matter. We have the Mista. Man, so I mean, the reason why I'm laughing at these is because obviously in my head I kind of thought of what I wanted to say as I was like downloading the thumbnails. I don't have a script, but I have roughly an idea of what I want to say. The Mista has to go at the bottom of B, right? So don't get me wrong. Like if all these people were in a burning building and I could save one person, it would be the Mista. But the content is fucking trash, right? Like let's be real here. Just like I just don't want to go to his YouTube and see a gameplay where he has like either like intrusive music or he has like the same lo-fi loop like like on repeat for 30 minutes, or I have to listen to him select his town center 200 times per second in archaic. Like I'm just not watching that shit, right? And then on top of that, there's no commentary as well. So I can kind of see what he's doing. The Mista's playstyle is kind of similar. It's like you make the minimal amount of army that you need to raid, and then you play defensively, and then you win one fight. That's kind of what he's doing. And that's not to downplay it, because the Mista is obviously the best player, I think. And it's very effective. But again, there's no commentary. It's very annoying to just watch his videos, especially sound-wise. I think if you mute his videos, I think he goes like straight up to maybe top of B. But I mean, we're not doing that, right? So yeah, it has to be B. Then the rappel. I'm using monitor capture because my OBS is broken. Give me a second. I will disable it. I will actually look up a video of rappel because I want everyone to. I want everyone to know like what my introduction to rappel was. So hold on. All right, here we go. So this is what we're gonna do. I just want you to watch this, okay? I just want you to watch like the first minute of this where we're gonna look at, right?
With +5 population. So basically with other saves, you start with a maximum of 15 population, but with ISIS we start with a maximum of 20 population, which means we can easily just skip the first house. You can do your build order and still you will never get housed in the Archaic Age as ISIS, but still you gotta start adding houses once you start aging up. Next thing about ISIS. Monument, shield against enemy god powers, 25 range, 50 when empowered. So what that means is, when you build a monument as ISIS, let's use this cheat code. This monument pretty much blocks enemy god powers. That's what that bonus means. Yeah, that's what it means. So basically, if your opponent is here and trying to cast Earthquake on top of your town center, the god.
All right, so we are 1 minute into that video, and I already want to like take a bath with a toaster. To be honest, like it's every time I watch like the rappel content. And I'm mostly talking about YouTube. The stream is fine, actually. We'll get to that in a bit. But like the YouTube content, like I've never been less excited to play Asian mythology, like after watching anything of the rappel on YouTube. And the rappel is nice, right? Like I met him in person on the Mista's wedding. Very good player as well. Very obviously a really good player. Stream is actually also quite nice. He shares his thought, etc. Doesn't really whine that much about balance. I think I've only caught him like a few times where he's complaining about like chariot launches or something. Overall, very respectable content, but the YouTube videos are just so bad. And to be fair, that was an old video, but I've watched like recent videos, and to me it's basically the same. Also, when he's like casting, I think there was like a show match thing, and there were replays which you couldn't down from AoM stats. So if I want to watch those games, I have to watch like someone casting it, and I watched him cast it, and it was just bottom of the barrel material, right? It's just not good. Very monotonous, very boring. Any sort of emotion that he tries to have in his casting, to me it just sounds fake. I don't know if it is, but that's what it comes across to as me. So based on that, I would say here, but it has to go. I mean, it has to go before the Mista, because the Mista is just the worst content, right? So again, no hate against Rappel, very friendly guy, very good player. Stream is also quite nice to watch, but like everything around that, just I'm just not engaging with it, right? Next we have Iron Maiden. So um, it's funny because I have one game played against Iron Maiden from like a month ago, maybe even a little bit longer. Um, and he was indistinguishable from basically here, from like just low rated. But the funny thing is, Iron Maiden, like I remember him from like the 2004, 2005 era and stuff. He was one of those weird players who would play vanilla, even though TT had been out for years. And I think he played Thor back then, maybe some Poseidon. And I remember actually playing against him in vanilla a lot. And this was when I was very young, very noob, and he would always beat me. So I always like looked up to him. And whenever I met him on ladder on like vanilla, I was always like, damn, I'm probably gonna lose this. And usually I did. Um, and then I remember at some point I started playing TT, so AoM TT, like the Titus expansion pack. And then after like a year, I went back to vanilla just to, I mean, why not? I don't know why I did it actually. Maybe I am like a little bit of a masochist. But I went back to vanilla. Oh no, wait, I remember. It was because AoM King was playing there. Naraku, I think his name was as well. He had like a bunch of names. Ptolemy was another one of his names. Uh, and so I was playing up accounts because I was playing a lot with King, who was really good, by the way. And then I remember facing him again, and he was so easy to beat. We played, I think, 3 games in a row on ladder, just super easy stomps. I have some of them uploaded actually on Age Sanctuary, but I can't find them for the life of me. So yeah, very interesting how it is now. And actually, I remember, man, on these AoM days. If you remember, like Yuzam Jin was like a French Poseidon player who also mostly played vanilla. It was also someone I could never beat. I don't know how that relates to Iron Maiden, but yeah, that's just what came up into my mind. So based on that, I feel like he has to be either here in front of FB or maybe here. The thing is, I do like his casting though, even though he is trash at the game. I do like his casting. So maybe realistically, if these are both streaming, I would watch the Rappel. Yeah, I think this is fair. I think this is accurate. Okay, that will be it for me. Hope you had fun and see you later.